Hello and welcome back to Life Single Review. We're so glad you're here with us today. We hope you're doing well and taking care of yourself during these challenging times. Today's story is going to take us deep into the shadows of the past, into a secret so dark and painful that one woman will do anything to keep it buried forever. You've seen how desperately Thuc's mother keeps returning to Huyen's door, begging for silence, trembling with fear. But what exactly is she so terrified of? What happened in that house years ago that could destroy her entire world, if revealed? Today we're going to uncover the truth, the horrifying reality of what Huyen and baby Maya endured behind closed doors. We'll witness the violence, the cruelty, and the moment when a mother had to make an impossible choice. Stay and suffer, or leave with nothing but her child and her dignity. Why does a victim protect her abuser's secret? What kind of strength does it take to choose silence over revenge? And most importantly, can the past ever truly stay buried when guilt haunts every waking moment? Stay with us as we reveal the truth that Thuc's mother desperately hopes will never see the light. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss this emotional journey. Let's turn back the clock to 7 years ago, when Huyen was just 22 years old. Young, hopeful, and freshly married into what seemed like a respectable family. Thuc's family wasn't wealthy by city standards, but in their village, they were considered well off. They had a solid house, steady income, and most importantly, they had status. Thuc's mother ruled that household with an iron fist, making every decision from what they ate for breakfast to when the lights went out at night. And Thuc? He was the obedient son who had never once questioned his mother's authority. From the very first day Huyen stepped into that house as a bride, she felt the weight of judgment in her mother-in-law's eyes. Huyen came from poverty. Her family barely scraped by, working odd jobs and farming a small plot of land that never seemed to yield enough. There was no dowry, no gold jewelry, no expensive gifts that typically accompanied a bride into her new home. Just Huyen herself, with her worn suitcase and her genuine hope that love would be enough. But in Thuc's mother's eyes, love meant nothing without material worth. "This is what my son brings home?" she muttered loud enough for everyone to hear on that first day. A girl with empty hands and no family backing? Huyen swallowed her pride and smiled, telling herself that she would prove her worth through hard work and dedication. She would show them that she was valuable, that she deserved to be part of this family. The reality set in quickly. Every morning, Huyen was expected to wake at 5 o'clock, even before the sun rose, to prepare breakfast for the entire family. While Thuc's mother sat comfortably giving orders, Huyen scrubbed floors, washed clothes by hand, cooked every meal, and tended to every household chore. When the family sat down to eat together, Huyen was told to eat in the kitchen after everyone else had finished, to make sure everything is cleaned up properly, Thuc's mother claimed, though everyone knew the real reason. A poor daughter-in-law didn't deserve to sit at the same table as her betters. The verbal jabs came daily, sometimes hourly. "You call this clean? Didn't your mother teach you anything?" Or, "My son could have married the teacher's daughter, you know. She had education and money, but he chose you." I'll never understand why. And the worst part? Thuk said nothing. He would glance at Huyen with what might have been sympathy, but he never once stood up to his mother. Never once said, "Mother, please stop. That's my wife you're speaking to." His silence hurt more than his mother's words ever could. When Huyen became pregnant with Maya, she hoped things would change. But Thuk's mother's first question was cold. "Do you know if it's a boy?" When told it was too early to know, her face hardened. This family needs a son. If you give birth to a useless girl, don't expect any special treatment. Throughout the pregnancy, there was no mercy. Huyen carried heavy loads, scrubbed floors, worked in the garden, all while her belly grew and her body begged for rest. Prenatal care was deemed unnecessary. Women have been having babies for thousands of years without fancy doctors, Thuk's mother declared. When Maya was finally born, a beautiful baby girl, Thuk's mother looked at her with disappointment. "A girl," she said flatly. "All that trouble for a girl." She walked out without holding her granddaughter, without a single word of congratulation. The postpartum period should have been a time for recovery and bonding, but it became Huyen's darkest nightmare. On the 10th day after Maya's birth, Thuk's mother announced, "You've been lying around long enough. There's work to be done." Huyen's body hadn't healed. She was still bleeding, still weak, still trying to establish breastfeeding with the baby, who cried constantly because her stressed body wasn't producing enough milk. But none of that mattered. Huyen was forced back to cooking, cleaning, washing, while caring for a newborn who desperately needed her attention. The breaking point came on a cold, rainy evening when Maya was 3 months old. The baby had been crying for hours with that desperate, heartbreaking cry of a hungry infant. Huyen's milk had nearly dried up from stress and exhaustion. She had been begging for days for formula milk. "Please, Mother, Maya is hungry. She needs more than I can give right now." But Thuk's mother scoffed. "Formula milk? Do you know how expensive that is? The problem isn't the milk. The problem is you. You're useless. You can't even feed your own child properly." That evening, exhausted beyond measure, Huyen was cooking rice while Maya cried on her back in a cloth carrier. Distracted by her daughter's desperate wails and her own tears, Huyen lost focus, and the rice began to burn, filling the kitchen with smoke. Thuk's mother stormed in, her face twisted with rage. "What is that smell? Are you trying to burn down my house?" Before Huyen could apologize, the first slap came, hard across her face. "You worthless piece of trash! You eat my food, sleep under my roof, and you can't even cook rice." Another slap, and another. Huyen tried to shield her face while protecting Maya on her back. I'm so sorry, Huyen gasped, but Thuk's mother shoved her hard. Huyen stumbled backward, her hip slamming into the corner of the wooden table. Pain shot through her body, and she felt something warm trickling down her head. Blood. From across the house, Thuk heard the commotion and appeared in the doorway, pale-faced. "Mother, please, don't hit her anymore," he whispered weakly. But when his mother whirled on him, "Are you defending this worthless girl over your own mother?" He froze. He took a step backward, and then he said nothing more. He just stood there, watching his wife bleed, way their daughter screamed. But Thuk's mother wasn't finished. "I'm done!" she screamed. "I will not feed this useless woman and her crying brat anymore. Get out of my house!" She stormed to the bedroom and began throwing Huyen's belongings into the courtyard. Clothes, Maya's blankets, everything. "Please," Huyen begged, on her knees now, blood still trickling from her wound. "It's raining outside, and Maya is just a baby. Please don't make us leave." But Thuk's mother was beyond reason. "I don't care if it's raining or snowing. Take your daughter and go back where you belong." She grabbed Huyen's arm and pulled her toward the door. Outside, rain poured down in sheets. Huyen looked back at Thuk one last time, hoping he would finally find courage. But he just stood there, helpless and silent. Thuk's mother shoved them out into the rain and slammed the door. Huyen stood in the downpour with 3-month-old Maya screaming against her chest, knocking on the door, begging, "Please, at least until the rain stops. Maya will get sick." But the door stayed closed. From a window, she could see Thuk's silhouette, watching, but not moving. That night, Huyen carried her baby through the storm to her mother's house 3 kilometers away. By the time they arrived, both were shivering violently, soaked to the bone, lips blue from cold. Within days, both developed severe fevers. Maya's temperature spiked so dangerously high, they rushed her to the hospital, where she nearly died from pneumonia. For 3 terrifying days, Huyen sat by her daughter's hospital bed, watching that tiny chest struggle with each breath, listening to monitors beep and doctors whisper concerns. The medical bills mounted, money her poor family scraped together by borrowing from neighbors. Not a single dong came from Thuk's family. No visit, no call, nothing. When Thuk finally appeared on the 4th day, he looked haggard, but couldn't meet her eyes. "My mother said you left on your own," he mumbled. "She said you were being dramatic." Even now he was making excuses, choosing his mother's lies over what he'd witnessed. Huyen looked at him and felt nothing but emptiness. "Your mother threw us into a storm. Your daughter nearly died. And you watched. You're not a husband or a father. Just a scared boy who will never grow up." Thuk flinched. "Huyen, please." She cut him off. "I want a divorce." The words came clear and firm. "I will not raise Maya learning that it's normal for men to watch their families suffer. We're done." The divorce came quickly. Thuk agreed to everything. Perhaps from guilt, perhaps relief. Full custody to Huyen, no child support, no settlement. Thuk's mother didn't even attend the proceedings, sending word that she was glad to be rid of the burden. For years, Huyen disappeared from their lives, working any job she could find, raising Maya alone, building from nothing. She never spoke badly about Thuk to Maya, simply saying sometimes people can't be together. She never told the village the full truth. She carried that pain silently. Now, 7 years later, the past Thuk's mother thought buried is threatening to surface. Here's what she never revealed. Thuk's father, Maya's grandfather, Mr. Hai, knew nothing about what really happened. He was away working on a construction project for nearly 2 years. When he returned, Huyen and Maya were gone. Divorce finalized. Thuk's mother crafted her story. That girl was lazy and ungrateful. We gave her everything, but she couldn't handle being a wife and mother. She just walked out one day. Good riddance. Mr. Hai trusted his wife of 30 years. Why would she lie? He accepted the story, feeling only disappointed about a failed marriage and a granddaughter he'd never met. But Mr. Hai is truly good. A retired school teacher respected for integrity and kindness, who taught that strength means protecting the vulnerable. Now with time to reflect, he's curious about the granddaughter he's never known. By chance, a neighbor mentioned seeing Maya at school. Such a sweet child, like her mother. They innocently revealed where Huyen lived. Mr. Hai started visiting, and meeting Maya melted his heart. Seeing how Huyen raised this child with such devotion, despite poverty, made him doubt his wife's story. Would a woman this devoted abandon her marriage over laziness? He's asking questions now, talking to old neighbors who remember hearing crying and shouting, who recall seeing Huyen with bruises. The puzzle pieces are coming together, and Thuk's mother knows it. She sees the questions in her husband's eyes when he returns from visiting Maya and says that Huyen seems like such a good woman. He's getting closer to the truth, and she's terrified of losing everything. Her marriage, her reputation, her comfortable life, her carefully constructed image as a respectable matriarch. So now you understand the terrible secret that haunts Thuk's mother's every waking moment. She beat a young mother who had just given birth. She threw a 3-month-old baby out into a freezing rainstorm. She watched them nearly die and felt no remorse, only relief at being rid of the burden. And then she lied about it for 7 years, poisoning her husband's mind against an innocent woman while playing the role of the wronged mother-in-law. If Mr. Hai discovers the truth, everything crumbles. A man who spent his life teaching integrity and protecting the vulnerable cannot stay married to someone who embodies everything he stands against. The divorce, the shame, the community's judgment. Thuk's mother would lose it all. That's why she keeps returning to Huyen's door, begging for silence, desperately clinging to her lies. But here's what makes this story truly remarkable. Huyen keeps the secret anyway. Not because she's weak or afraid, but because she's chosen peace over revenge. She could destroy Thuk's mother with a single conversation, but she won't, because that would make her just like her abuser, someone who uses pain as power. Huyen has moved forward, built a new life, and refuses to let the past control her present. That's not weakness. That's extraordinary strength. Thank you for joining us today on Life Single Review. Please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, take care.